Hey, hi, hello, welcome to the shit show. With the constantly evolving home theater experience, streaming services have completely dominated the landscape with video entertainment. Streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Apple TV, Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus. We're in a unique time where content is limitless. There are companies fighting for your attention. They want as much content as they can push to you, and they are fighting for your dollars. So they are pushing out endless amounts of content, trying to appease the masses. Sometimes you just feel overwhelmed scrolling through the endless amounts of categories on Netflix, like family, dramas. You don't know which show to settle on because of the fact that you constantly keep thinking about the fact that you're 34, your wife divorced you 10 years ago, and she took all the kids, half the finances, and then you realize that you're just trying to fill the empty void in your heart because you just don't know what to fill it. Oh, hey, look, Horse Girl. But how do we get to this point? There wasn't always endless amounts of entertainment at the end of your fingertips. Where did it all start? I want to tell you. Let's flash back to the early 2000s. Y2K just happened. The only form of home entertainment that you have other than the actual broadcasting TV network is this little beautiful box called a VCR, the predecessor to the DVD player, and you had to get a little more hands-on with it. If you wanted to watch your favorite scene of a movie all over again, well, you had to either manually grab the box, press the button, and rewind it all the way back, which took a fucking eternity. And if you didn't want to press the button on the box, well, then you had to actually take the VHS tape out and then actually use a little fucking screwdriver to rewind that shit manually so that you could set it back to the start, but you never know what point you were rewinding to, so you had to just go back as far as you could, which means that you had to watch the trailers all the way through again, and you can't manually press the button. It was hard times back then. It wasn't as easy as it is now. Now all you have to do is just press a button. Most kids nowadays don't even know what a VCR is.
You put in your tape, and then it'll play music, right?
So the VCR player sticks around for a couple years, and it's a pretty big bundle of fun, but people are getting tired of it. It's too taxing. I have finger pain, joint pain, back pain. Oh, it's too hard to reach the remote. That is, if you have a remote, or you have to do it manually off the box. Oh my god, why is it so hard to do this? And I don't want to have to rewind it. And then, as the heavens open, DVD players come in. As the 2000s go on, DVD players start to become more accessible. The more DVD players there are out there, the more things that are introduced, like Blu-ray. You may or may not know, I have a few of those. This is literally just as much as I could grab with one hand. I have more than this. I have a problem. Somebody stop me. My finances are in danger. The quality is better, and you're not having to rewind everything manually. All you gotta do, pop it in the DVD player, grab your remote, rewind it. It's like a whole different fucking dimension from here, boys. DVD players become more popular. DVDs become more popular. So what do?
This week at Blockbuster, these select new releases are guaranteed to be there. Good Will Hunting, Amistad, Scream 2, Sphere, Wag the Dog, and Spice World.
Renting out DVDs for the small price of $2 to $3. Rent a couple movies, take them home, watch them with the family. Sometimes even if you go to the rental shop, you can have a conversation with somebody behind the counter who may or may not have a good taste in movies. Somebody who is like, oh, your child is having his 6th birthday. Well, boy, do I have the movie for him. The home entertainment industry really starts to pick up steam around this time. Movies are everywhere. There's a need for content. People are loving the experience. You go to the video store, you grab some popcorn, grab a couple movies, come back, put your feet up, watch it with your friends on the couch. It's fucking great. Around this time of the booming interest for home theater entertainment, two people, Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, make a little company that you might have heard of, Netflix. Their really smart strategy, instead of having to actually go to the store, wait in line, or if they don't have a movie that you want in store, why don't you rent it online? A subscription service where you can literally order as many movies as you want through the mail and then return them? Yeah, I'm gonna use it. Blockbuster and Netflix have a really big feud because Blockbuster doesn't like the fact that Netflix beat them to the punch with having taken their entire business online. So Blockbuster tries to copy the same thing that Netflix is doing, which ultimately leads to the two companies having a rumored meeting in which an offer was made that Blockbuster could acquire Netflix for the small price of $50 million. Blockbuster refused, laughing it off in Netflix's face, thinking that they were going to come out on top of this somehow. And I'm sure that whoever refused that deal probably still lives with the guilt of that decision to this day, because whoever refused it, you dumb as hell. You that up for everybody. You could have owned Netflix. Do you know how much Netflix is worth at this point in time? $194 billion. Netflix changed the game up again by taking their strategy of just a DVD rental service that came through the mail and actually starting to roll out home video downloads. So now, if you want, you can download a couple of movies online, watch it on your laptop. Oh, excuse me? I don't get viruses from downloading a movie onto my laptop? Are you kidding me? What? Of course. This strategy would eventually turn into Netflix's main game. Netflix starts to invest in growing their catalog of movies and TV shows, even making some of their own originals like House of Cards, which after winning a couple of Emmys proved that the online streaming platform was the way of the future. As the years go on, subscription service prices go down less than the price of a movie ticket at a theater. What? Which causes subscriber numbers to skyrocket. For large families, the idea of going out to the movie theater and spending an arm and a leg just to watch Moana seems absolutely ridiculous, as opposed to just kicking back at home, throwing a $1 bag of popcorn in the microwave, and then watching any Disney movie you want at home with your family. And if you're at home, then everything is accessible to you. It's much easier, it's much more convenient. People like the convenience. Streaming services are finding new ways every day to become more convenient for people at home, to tailor themselves to the at-home experience, so much to the point now where they are literally fighting for every fleeting moment of your attention. And now it's become the norm. You keep the TV on at all moments in the day. Hell, it's even a gag now that you keep it on while you're doing the sex. Netflix and chill, Hulu and woohoo, IMAX and climax, Prime and climb, Crackle and shackles, HBO and blow. Someone's back out. The world is evolving, and streaming services are taking over the entertainment industry fast. If you want a prime example of this, the second Trolls movie, rather than honoring their agreement of actually releasing in theaters during the COVID-19 crisis, actually went straight to VOD. And surprisingly enough, it worked. I mean, they completely f***ed over all of the theater chains, but it made a profit. It makes sense. It's just the way that it is. Streaming services have completely taken over the entire game. The world is different. It's an interesting thing to think about, how the world has changed since streaming services, how the culture is changing, how the world is adjusting to a more convenient consumer experience. The companies are getting smarter about how to market to you, how to get your attention, how to meet every single one of your demands. If you don't even want to move more than 3 inches off the couch, now that is accessible for you at home. You can just fucking yell, "Hey Google, play Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed." I hope this made you think a little bit about how different the world is. Maybe it made you appreciate what was before, or maybe it makes you appreciate what is now. Now you're dad. I'm also not a teacher, but occasionally I try to make some content that maybe you'll find interesting and or makes you laugh and or opens your mind about something. But hey, that's just a theory, a dickhead theory. Like, share, subscribe, do all those things. I hope you like this video. I'll see you in the next one.